And I feel like spiritual psychosis is, I've seen quite a few Black people experience spiritual psychosis way worse than white people tend to. I feel like it's because in America, we are just recently coming out of slavery. And there's there's actual slavery, and then there's like the after period of it when it legally it ended, but then there's still the trauma, the residual trauma that remains. And this is why things like alcoholism and crack addiction and poverty and prostitution and sex addiction and drugs, sex, poverty, it's like the worst with Black people and in like areas of town where mostly Black people live. Because it's like, and we're still being enslaved. Everyone is still technically enslaved just due to capitalism. So like, just because it's quote unquote illegal to own another person as a slave, a lot of people are still in slavery because of the trauma. The trauma the trauma cycle never wants to end. So I feel like, and then also have to consider that like this is such a huge issue, especially in the spiritual community that's like online and in real life. A lot of Black people took on the white male god that their slave owners potholes are so fucking bad. Swear to God. Like I'm on a fucking roller coaster down here. Anyway, the Black people were forced to take on the whitewashed male god that their slave owners had. So they have like Stockholm syndrome in Christianity. Christianity is not catered to women, minorities. It's catered to the people who like created it and then spun it into something that caters to them, white men. So a lot of Black people have spiritual psychosis because they're trying to be part of this like love and light Christianity belief system because it's familiar, and because abiding by it or proclaiming that they were Christian at one point, it saved their lives. And it helps them fit in a little bit better. And so you have, like, I see a lot of tarot readers on YouTube who are Black women. They fucking sent me into psychosis, I swear. Oh my God. They really did. Like, if you ever listen to Black preachers, they add the very thing which is enslaving all of us into their belief system. Like capitalism, you have like there's like a whole sector of Christianity that's like capitalist Christianity. Like being poor is Satan's work. Drugs are Satan's work. The devil, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. I drove past my uncle's old house, and I was thinking about how he was addicted to street drugs, and he was closeted. He was gay. Like, it was obvious. He brought his boyfriend to Christmas once, I think, and like just put two and two together. But the street drug epidemic is so bad downtown. It's bad for my mom's side of the family because they're minorities as well. They're Sicilian. But I started thinking about Black people and the kind of stuff I've seen online that's actually affected me, like the black tarot readers who try to be all love and light, because there's also another reason behind this. If black people try to practice the same kind of, if black people come out as witches and they're not like masquerading as like love and light Christian tarot readers, worshiping the Most High, and they do shit like promote hexing and cursing, or even adapt a neutral stance to things, then they're going to be demonized. And then it brings up historical slavery trauma, and that brings up all kinds of anxiety in the system, and black people are already at risk for being victims of hate crimes and having higher risks of diseases because of stress and lifestyle choices that like become a vicious cycle due to fear and terror and not wanting to be seen in a bad light. Like their reputation matters so much to them, especially the ones that are online. So I just started thinking about, like, I was already traumatized by religion, and I read tarot. I do it by myself, which I'm gonna continue doing. I don't watch tarot readers on YouTube anymore. I read tarot, and I'm interested in like alternative belief systems that are not centered around men. But I started noticing that a lot of the black tarot readers that I watched, all of their tarot readings are mysteriously centered around men, trapping the divine masculine, worshiping his name, worshiping the Most High. I watched one bitch. I shouldn't call them bitches, but she really fucking pissed me off. She would start her tarot readings by saying that she was God's favorite daughter. And she read some shit in her tarot readings that just like scared the fuck out of me, because she was talking about how we're going to hell. That's why I call her a bitch. Cause fuck her. She scared the fuck out of me. She was talking about, I thought I was like listening to the tarot reading thinking that I was the good guy and then they're evil people. And then she flipped it and it sounded like I was the bad guy, and she talked about how they're going to hell and God's gonna handle them and all kinds of shit. And I got so fucking scared. But anyway, I noticed I'm listening to an obese black woman talk about, she opens her tarot readings with, she's God's favorite daughter. Something about that sounds very strange. If they would have said that in slavery times, being somebody's favorite daughter meant that you were the one who they had sex with the most, and your other sister didn't get privilege due to being the sex slave of a white man. That's just my interpretation of it. And also, I want to say something about the tarot readers on YouTube, because they're convincing. And they're fucking scary, because like they're like preaching religious dogma to you under the guise of it being alternative spirituality, but it's still just another form of Christianity. And Christianity is already fucking traumatizing in itself. So I'm listening to this obese black woman give tarot readings, and sometimes I just listen to them because I'm addicted to it, because they've scared me so bad. And she's talking about it's always the fucking ugly ones, the fucking ugly tarot readers. Like, I've saw a few of them. The ones who scared me the most, they're ugly as fuck. Like, when they do shots of their face,